And today, Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb took a huge step towards expunging more than 4,000 marijuana convictions.
In an exclusive interview with our Danita Harris, Bibb said these Cleveland residents deserve a fresh start.
When you have a misdemeanor on your record like this, it undermines your ability to get a good job, get a student loan, find good quality housing. So we must do everything we can to remove those barriers.
Now, the moves comes 2 years after City Council decriminalized possession of under 7 ounces of the drug. We checked, and if sold in a dispensary, 7 ounces would be worth more than $2,000. News 5's Jake Jarvis begins our in-depth look at what this means for criminal justice reform in our city.
Aqueelah, you want to lead the way?
Sure. Carrying boxes full of marijuana convictions, Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb, Chief Prosecutor Aqueelah and City Council President Blaine Griffin marched into the Clerk of Court's office Wednesday to get those records and thousands more expunged.
Today's event shows our commitment in the city of Cleveland to advancing criminal justice reform.
The trio filed a motion that would wipe more than 4,000 minor misdemeanor marijuana convictions dating back to 2017, a move that comes 2 years after City Council passed a bill decriminalizing most possession cases of the drug.
We're excited that this is a natural progression of what we've been working on and putting good policy together.
Bibb says this plan to get the expungement process started has been in the works since the beginning of his administration. Since the decriminalization bill was passed, 455 people have been mistakenly charged, along with the thousands of other cases eligible for expungement.
When the opportunity availed itself, I said we must expunge these cases immediately, particularly given the barriers that we know that folks that have these misdemeanor offenses on their record have in getting a good job, qualifying for housing, applying for a student loan to go back to school.
Now that the motion is filed, the expungements aren't immediate. They'll have to follow the judicial process, which could take a while.
They have to take time to physically file all of those. And then they are distributed amongst the judges in the Cleveland Municipal Court. There are 13 of them, and then those judges will begin having the hearings and ruling on those motions.
This move in Cleveland echoes what we're seeing on a federal level. Last week, the U.S. House approved the MORE Act, which aims to decriminalize marijuana and remove it from the federal list of controlled substances. It would also expunge prior convictions, which could affect the quality of life for some, which Bibb and other city officials acknowledged.
So we wanted to show the residents of Cleveland that we are truly serious about holistic criminal justice reform in the city, and also make sure that we give them that second chance that they deserve.
In Cleveland, Jade Jarvis, News 5.
Now, as Jay just mentioned, Cleveland certainly isn't the only area trying to make a shift like this. So let's take a closer look at some of those efforts. 4 states have already moved to expunge marijuana records, and there's even federal legislation being considered in Washington right now. It's called the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act, or the MORE Act. Now, if signed into law, it would legalize marijuana at the federal level, require courts to clear prior marijuana convictions from a person's criminal record, and rescind those still serving time for marijuana offenses. Now, the bill plans to use the tax revenue from marijuana businesses to fund employment and substance abuse programs. The legislation passed the House in December and was sent to the Senate Finance Committee.